Hi, my name is Lisa, and I donated a kidney to my cousin. Watching my cousin go through the same thing in her early 50s that her mother had experienced as a result of PKD, polycystic kidney disease, was really painful to watch. She went from an active lifestyle to basically homebound. When I started to learn about what kidney failure meant to my recipient, to my cousin, I realized that she was never going to feel better, that each day was the best that she was going to be, that she was facing dialysis. And with that option, her life would not continue to allow her to be stronger. She would continue to get weaker, and that her lifespan was very limited with dialysis. I was motivated to donate because my cousin's husband had really worked hard as a donor candidate, and he was turned away at the very last moment. The medical team had determined that it was going to compromise his health, or at least be a risk. He was so frustrated, and no one else was stepping forward. I grew up with my cousin, and I didn't want Denise to have to face dialysis and limited quality of life. Somebody had to do something. When I started to research living donation, I was surprised to learn how much progress has been made, how much easier it is on both the donor and the recipient, how many strides they've made in anti-rejection drugs so that a recipient doesn't have to have an immediate relative or even someone like me, that many times strangers are stepping up. And because there are so many things that can be done to avoid rejection, the anti-rejection research has been phenomenal. How many people can survive and thrive through a living kidney donation? I found my peace with my decision once I really took the time to learn about what my recipient, what my cousin was going through, as well as talking to doctors I had always had. My MD was great. Then learning from the transplant coordinator what was involved and staying in touch with them every step of the way. I learned that they were going to do the very best as a transplant team to make sure that it was a good decision for me, and it was also a good decision for my recipient. Once I knew that my medical health care was in their hands, I was fine. There's a lot of reliable sources of information out there. The American Kidney Foundation provides some things. I did receive a packet from my transplant coordinator, and among the resources there were things from UNOS, which is UNOS, United Network of Organ Sharing. In addition, my favorite all-time website, it has lots of information, free webinars, and all kinds of workshops that are also complimentary, is the Living Kidney Donor Network. These resources really helped me. I had fundamental questions about the whole procedure. Initially, I thought I had to pay for all of it, the testing and the donation. That's already handled by the recipient. Insurance at no cost to them. Leading up to the procedure, I coped with any stress by healthy habits, eating well and drinking water, and really trying to get into an exercise program and lose some weight. I kept a journal and kept information that included questions I might have, concerns I might have, as well as things that the medical people were letting me know. In total, my surgery took about 4 hours, and I was in the hospital for just 2 days. The best moment after surgery was walking over to my cousin's room where she was recuperating, holding her hand and learning from her about how she was feeling. Of course, both of us were groggy, and we were having post-surgery kinds of reactions, but to see that everything was running smoothly, including her kidney. It was, words just can't describe it. She just like, and her color was back, and she looked so good. When I was recovering at home, I was able to take care of a lot of things because I set them up prior to the transplant. My coordinator was great with advice. So I did things like take care of many of my bills by automatic bill pay, so that those first couple of days, especially the first week or so back at home, I didn't have to worry about that. I'd already frozen some meals or put some things together that would be really easy to prepare, and just didn't worry about the small stuff. I felt back to normal, back to myself in about 4 to 5 weeks. But because I was a classroom teacher at the time, I really didn't feel strong enough, at least have kind of the stamina to go back to work until a full 6 weeks. So it depended on lots of things. In my job, I was a science lab teacher, so I had a lot of supplies to constantly move around, and I was on my feet a lot. So 6 weeks was good for me. After donating, my health has remained about the same. In many ways, I think it's better. I'm more aware of what I need to do, and I feel a responsibility to my recipient, to my cousin, to stay healthy, to show her that what I chose to do was a good decision. When I share my story now, I'm often asked the question, why you? You know, why would you do this with everything going on in the world? And I said, why not me? And better yet, why not you? Overall, the thing that surprised me most about this procedure was that it was unlike anything else I had experienced. I had some minor surgeries before, and so recovering physically was similar. But what I didn't expect was the emotional and spiritual feelings that I had, that I was trying to do something to help somebody else. And because of that, everything made sense. I wish I could donate again. I wish there was a way that I could, you know, grow another one. That's not the case. So after donating, I'm passionate about letting everybody know that there's a real need for more kidneys, that there are things that we can do, and that we've got to keep on talking, keep on sharing, keep on trying until there's a cure. Looking back, the best part of donating was learning that my cousin, my recipient, was able to not only recuperate and feel wonderful and avoid dialysis and travel, but she's now taking care of her grandson, a newborn. She became a grandmother for the first time, and I couldn't be happier for the both of them. The whole experience of donation has taught me that I could do just about anything I set my mind to, and you can too. The best advice I would give to anybody who's pursuing being a living donor candidate is to just go ahead and ask questions. Talk to the transplant team. Let them decide. Let the coordinator decide through their screening, through their questions, if you are a likely candidate. Let them decide. You never know. I donated. Maybe you can too.